Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Maureen and this is ZX Crochet. Today I'll be taking you through a tutorial of how to make this beautiful crochet bow top with a puff sleeve. Yeah, be sure to subscribe to my channel and also follow me on Instagram, that is ZX Crochet. So today I'll be using seagull yarn. It's 4-ply. It's tiny, so I had to use because it's tiny I had to use the strands, and I used a chunky yarn for the puff sleeve because it's easy to build up and strong enough to stand out. And I also used that 3.5mm hook, but I also used that 4mm hook on the sleeves at some point. Yeah, these are the dowel strands that I'll be using, and we are going to begin off by making a slip knot. And after making a slip knot, we are going to chain 30. This is for a size medium, actually, not a size small. And I put on a size small just for the purpose of taking the pics, but it's a size medium. That's why I had to tie it instead of applying the straps because it was meant for size medium. So here we are on our 30th chain. After the 30th, chain 1, and we are going to go into the second chain from the hook and make a half double crochet. Yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all the 3 loops on the hook. That's how we make a double crochet. That's how we make a half double crochet. This is what you're going to do. Make a half double crochet all the way through to the last chain, and I'll meet you there. So here we are. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull all 3 on the hook, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through all 3 on the hook. Chain 1, turn your work, and again we are going to do a half double crochet in all the stitches. Half double crochet in the next stitch, half double crochet in the next, and we're going to do that throughout until we reach the last stitch. Here we are. Make a half double crochet, make a half double crochet in the next, and a half double crochet into the last. Chain 1 and turn your work. This is what you are basically going to do because you are going to make 2 parts, and this is the first part. It will be running from the middle of my chest to the middle of my back, and also another part will be running from the middle of my chest to the middle of my back in a horizontal format. Chain up to the last stitch. Here we are. Insert the half double crochet. You are going to repeat this first row and second row until you reach a point whereby the work can fit you from the front middle part of your chest to the middle of your back, because you're going to make two. So you make one part running from the middle part of your chest to the middle part of your back. Here we are. I made 34 rows, and for one side I made 34 rows, and for the next I also made 34 rows. And this is our we on row 33, and you just continue doing the half crochets. After that, turn your work, and this is my 34th row, which is going to be my last row of half double crochets. So here we are at the end of our 34th row. We're still going to go into the last stitches with the half double crochet. Chain one, and after this we are going to insert our openings or holes where the straps will be passing, but this is the first part that I made. And before we put on the holes, we are going to go around our work with single crochets. This is to make sure that our work is tight and not overstretching. I'll go through the whole work with single crochets before adding on these openings which will be at the back. So go in, single crochet, single crochet. We are basically just going to single crochet around the whole work. And as I've explained, this is because we don't want our work to be overstretching. That's why we go around it with a single crochet. We are going to do the same right here, and the same thing all around our work. And I'll meet you at this point to put the holes like so. Here we are. We are going to put 3 holes at the back, and these are this is where the straps will be passing, to make sure that the top is tight on the person. So chain 1 2 3 4. After chaining 4, you count and go into the 4th stitch with a single crochet, and then single crochet up to the middle part. This is how I always identify where I'm going to put my hole, hole, I call them holes. So I'm going to single crochet up to that point, which is my middle, definitely. And when I reach that point, I'll I'll actually put on another opening where the straps will be passing, and after that I'll go on to make the 3rd hole at the end of the row. Here we are. I'm going to chain after immediately after this. Make a chain. I don't know why hair is all over. 1, 2, 3, 4. I made a chain of 4. Skip 3 chains, go into the 4th. Oh, I went into the 3rd. And with a single crochet, then single crochet up to when you find that there are only 3 or 4 stitches that are remaining on our row, because you have to make a hole on there too. Here we are going to make a chain once again, and after making a chain you go into the last stitch on the row with a single crochet. It's tight. A single crochet, chain 1, turn your work, go into that very stitch with a single crochet, and now we are going to single crochet into the hole 4 or 5 times. It's up to you, but I did mine like it was 4 times, and this is to put more definition onto the holes and make them stand out so that you don't have to overlook for them when you're trying to put on the straps. I made 4, 5, then single crochet up to the last hole on our row. Single crochet up to this. Here we are with a single crochet and a part of our one side is done, so we have 2 sides with us. As I said, this is going to be about up, so this is going to be the back part where the straps will be passing to make sure that the top is tight on the body or tight onto someone. So this is it. We are going to make a chain that is supposed to go through this top. As I said, this is a size medium. I could not use that chain in the pictures because it could not fit me properly, so I had to tie it. If you want, you can make this a bit longer and just tie it like I tied it in the top. So I'm going to use Robin, a chunky yarn, 100% acrylic. I used this is how it looks like, and I also used a 3mm hook because I wanted the strap to be a bit tight and not too stretchy. Make a slip knot and make a chain. It can be as long as you want or as short as you want, as long as it's enough to tie the top around your back. So I made a chain of 150. And this is what we have. I wanted it to have a bit, some sort of volume, so I didn't leave it at only a chain. I decided to go into it with a half double crochet. So I'm going to double crochet all along the chain. this is what you have, and this is what it's going to look like. Just simply double crochet up to the end of the chain. Up to this point. Here we are. Go in with a half double crochet and into that chain with a half double crochet and into the very last with a half double crochet. Chain one, cut yarn and pull the loop. This is how our strap looks like, and yeah, I'll be showing you how to put it inside your top. So this is the back of our top. You're going to insert your strap into that first hole, insert the strap into the same hole on the other side, on the right side. Then you crisscross, insert into the middle, crisscross the other, insert it into the middle, and do the same for the last holes on our top, on the back of our top. So yeah, this is what we have. This is how the top is supposed to look like at the back. As I said, it was meant to a size medium, and this is the front part of our top. So to make a bow top, we are going to fold this right part into a half, fold it vertically and fold the other vertically too, and we are going to make sure that we insert one top into the other, just like in this video. Insert and make sure that the parts are equal and well distributed, or I should say evened out. This is what we have. Make sure that it's evened out or equally distributed into halves. And to make a bow top, we are going to join this part together. I used a darning needle. You can use anything. Some people just make a single crochet around it, but I prefer to use this, a darning needle, and join the work. I tied because I like tying. When I tie, I'm sure it's tight and it won't open anytime soon. So after that, you're going to make sure that you join the work. Just like how I did. Be careful not to get pierced by the needle. You just continue joining up to the end, and once you reach here, you can try to check if it's in correct format, and it's definitely in the best of its correct format. So this is how our top looks like so far. The only thing remaining is adding on a puff sleeve and the whole look is done. Don't forget to cut off the yarn on the darning needle. So this is what we have. We already made the straps that are supposed to go through the back, and now we are going to make a puff sleeve. So I marked off I would like my puff sleeve to go. Be sure to measure to find out where your puff sleeve should go. This is how I count mine, and this will be the distance from the back to where my puff sleeve starts from, and this will be the middle. This is the distance from the back to where my puff sleeve will be, and I'll go into that chain with a slip stitch. After making a slip stitch, we are going to chain 40. I chained 40 because that's what my measurements had to be, but you can chain as tiny or as big as you need. We are going to chain, and then when you reach this point you are going to join. This is the front part where the arm will be joining from, and after joining with a slip knot, of course, slip stitch I should say, go into the next chain and make a slip knot, turn your work, and we are going to go around the strap, the chain, with a half double crochet. No, sorry, with a single crochet. At this point I'm still using a 3.5mm hook because I don't want it to be over stretchy. Here we are at the end of the chain. Cut yarn when you reach the end of the chain and joining the stitches to the top. So this is what we have, and our puff sleeve is going to go around that side and it will go on building up. So you're going to grab your yarn, insert, pull up a loop, make a slip knot, and you're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and we are going to go through the whole thing with a double crochet. We are not increasing or decreasing, but simply just going each and every chain with a double crochet. I'll be meeting you here to show you how you join the half double crochets to the first chain that we made. Here we are, still continuing with our double crochets. We are simply going to go into that chain with a double crochet, go into the following stitch with a double crochet, and we are going to double crochet all across this arm up to the point where we began from, up to that point. So we have reached the point. We are going to change after the slip stitch. Go into that with a slip stitch, and at this point I changed the hook because I wanted my stitches to be a bit bigger, to a 4.0mm hook. Insert. We are going to chain 2, and after chaining 2 we are going to go into each and every stitch with a double crochet. With 2 double crochets, go into the following stitch with 2 double crochets. We are going to start the first double crochet and the second double crochet into the same stitch. Go into the following stitch with the first double crochet and a second double crochet. Go into the next with the first, like that, all around our work. You have to insert 2 double crochets in each and every stitch. Up to this point, I'll be meeting at this point. Insert 2 double crochets in the second last stitch and insert 1 double crochet in the last stitch before you slip stitch to join our work. This part takes 1 double crochet. And after that we are going to slip stitch to join our work. After this, we are no longer going to increase or decrease. We are just going to go into each and every stitch with a single double crochet. And to achieve the look of my puff sleeve, I made 10 rows of non-increase double crochets, but you can make more or smaller according to what you prefer. But for my look, I had to do 10 double crochets. Sorry, I had to do 10 rows of single double crochets without increasing or decreasing all around my work. Here we are. We count this as our 3rd row. You go through with a double crochet into each and every stitch, and when you reach this point you're going to make a slip stitch. Make a slip stitch, chain 2 all around. I made 10 rows. Make sure you make as many as you want or as small as you want. Here we are, and this is our 10th row of making double crochets. 1 double crochets in each and every stitch, like you can see. And at this point you make a slip stitch to join our work. So after here we are going to begin decreasing to make sure that the arm is a bit tight around our arm. The puff sleeve is a bit tight around our arm. You're going to chain 2, yarn over, you're going to yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, pull through 2. You have 2 loops on your hook. Go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and again you're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops on the hook. You again yarn over like you're going to make a half double crochet, pull up a loop, pull through 2 loops. You have 2 loops on your hook. You are going to yarn over. Sorry, you don't yarn over. You're going to go into the next stitch and pull up a loop, pull through 2, again pull through 2. This is how we make our increase. Yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and then pull through 2 loops on our hook. This is how we make a decrease. Yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, pull through 2, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, again pull through 2, and then pull through 2 loops on your hook. That's what you're going to do up to the end of the row before making the slip stitch. Here we are. Don't forget to yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull up a loop, pull through 2, and again pull through 2 loops on the hook, and we are going to make a slip stitch right here. Make a simple slip stitch and you are done. So we are going to chain 2, we are going to make a more, we are going to decrease more, chain 2, and this time you're going to go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, you have 2 loops on your hook, and again go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, then pull through 2, you go into the next stitch. So we are doing this twice. Like in the first place, we were yarning over, going into the next stitch and again into the next stitch, and this time we are yarning over and going into the first stitch, the second stitch, and the third stitch. So yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2 loops on your hook, you remain with 2. The difference is that you again go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, pull through 2, and again go into the next, pull up a loop, pull through 2, and pull through the 2 loops remaining on the hook. Yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, pull through 2, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull up a loop, pull through 2 in the next stitch, and again pull through 2 remaining on the hook. This is what we are going to do up to the end of the row, and by the time we are done, our puff sleeve will be tight around the arm, not so huge like before. This is what we have. You're going to go into that stitch with a slip stitch, and at this moment you can cut your yarn because our puff sleeve is purely done. This is what we have. This is our tiny top and our huge puff sleeve. This is what you have, as you can see. This is the front part. Don't forget to cut yarn, and after cutting yarn you make sure that all the threads disappear. This is done by cutting it off, simply cutting it off, or tying and then cutting, or just using a darning needle to make the threads disappear, the extra threads disappear. So I simply cut off mine and used a darning needle to make sure that it disappeared. At the end of our work, this is what you have. Simply done, but with an elegant look. This is the back part. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can leave a comment down below, and you can also follow me on Instagram, that is ZS Crochet. Thanks for watching, and bye.